Hello and welcome back to the series where I talk about a random piece of music from my collection. Today I'll be talking about a various artist compilation titled Birth of Surf from, I don't know what record label it is actually, Ace Records it says. Surf rock was probably the first music I really ever got into. You know, everyone listened to music, but I didn't really choose to listen to music on my own until I discovered surf rock. And I just wanted to know more and more and more about it. It wasn't like too much. It was like too much information you could learn. I mean, you know, there's a lot, but I was younger and I didn't want to read. I just wanted to watch videos, so it was harder to. But I did buy like a surf rock DVD, and there was another movie that was supposed to be made called Sound of the Surf, but it never went through. The trailers and all the clips I had looked amazing. I heard someone in the comments say that the only reason it didn't get made is because they couldn't get the licensing for using the songs. So, I wonder if they filmed most of the documentary but didn't upload it or release it, but that's unfortunate. Anyway, this is a really good compilation for getting into surf rock. It really only covers the first wave of surf rock, which is arguably the best, although I really do like third wave and even second wave as well. It starts really before surf rock and more just into rockabilly and that kind of thing. You know, first track is Ramrod by Duane Eddy and the Rebels. It's a good song, good guitar song. Crossfire, Johnny and the Hurricanes is actually a bit more surf rock than probably even the one after. Bulldog by the Fireballs, classic track. Moondog by the Gamblers. I don't know who did Moondog originally. If they put this version on there, it might be, but I know the Rhythm Rockers probably did my favorite version. The Beach Boys also did another version. It's probably technically the only instrumental the Beach Boys ever did. I don't know that, but well, you know, what I meant to say is I could think it would be the only one because it's an instrumental, but it has vocals on it as well. But you know, I don't listen to the Beach Boys because I don't. The only reason I never really try to get into them is because they're always labeled as surf rock, but to me, surf rock is an instrumental genre, so that never really got me to have an interest in them. Anyways, Lullaby of the Leaves by the Ventures. Interesting they put that track over like Walk Don't Run, but actually it's kind of a similar track. It's a very similar melody. And then we have Mr. Moto by the Bel Airs, which is probably the first ever surf single. I think Let's Go Trippin' by Dick Dale was released the same week. I don't know which one was released first. Maybe even on the same day. And I heard about Mr. Moto by the Bel Airs, in which the band members, I forget exactly how the story goes, but their high school had a program where they were, you know, like the local radio station was trying to get like the charts in each high school in the city or whatever, and when it came to the high school that the Bel Airs were in, they made this fake list and put their record at the top, which even though it just came out and nobody was really buying it because, you know, surf rock wasn't really a craze yet. But they were in charge of making the list somehow. They put Mr. Moto at the top, and then probably the rest of the list was real, and then that apparently helped the song chart because people heard about it through the radio, I suppose. Jack the Ripper, Link Wray and his Raymen. Link Wray is a really cool guitar player who kind of pioneered the razor blade surgery technique of amps, where you cut a hole in your amp to produce distortion, which obviously led to the fuzz pedal and other pedals being made. Latinia by the Sentinels is another great song, classic surf song. Western Surfboards by the Tornadoes is really good. It's one of those songs that I might have talked about this in one of my 808 State videos, but it kind of makes use of what I like to call the irritating melody, which 808 State do much more. But it's kind of I maybe should come up with a better name, but what I mean by irritating is not the fact that the melody you listen to is irritating, but the fact that it doesn't really come back until much later that it sort of irritates you. Where you kind of have the main hook of the song come in fairly early in the song, and then you have like a long section before it comes in, you know, typically used on instrumentals because it'd be kind of hard to integrate into vocal songs unless you have I guess like 3 verses in between your 2 choruses or something. But, you know, it has a very cool hooky riff near the beginning, and then a long section until it comes back, and it's just an interesting kind of song structure. Miserlou by Dick Dale and the Deltones is a song everybody's heard, and unfortunately it was covered by Black Eyed Peas, I believe it was, who are, as everyone knows, crap. And they just put some like new vocal line over it and released it, and everybody thinks that is better somehow, which is totally ridiculous. Pipeline by the Shantays is a very good surf song. It's very like well written compared to some other surf songs. It's just a well written song. It's very fun to play on guitar, and it has like good use of Spring Reverb. I mean, I'm assuming these go in chronological order. They seem to, but there might be like little things they put in front of each other records. But because at the beginning, surf rock didn't have actually Spring Reverb. It was just guitar, and then Spring Reverb came out, and they kind of incorporated each other. Wipeout with Safari is another classic. We kind of have the big three heaviest hitters of the whole CD right next to each other: Misery, Pipeline, and Wipeout. Surf Rider by the Lively Ones is another really good surf song. It's another very well written one. Jezebel by Illusions is a good one. Baja by the Astronauts, classic. Remember the first surf record I ever bought was Surfing with the Astronauts, which has, it's about like, I would say, as a lot of records were from that era, about half original material and half covers, and also about half vocal, half instrumental, which I think it's okay for like listening to an album, because you're kind of listening to a whole surf album. It would be nice to have some vocal in it, but so I don't really mind that. Squad Car and The Showman is really good, although I probably prefer, I never was able to find the Bel Airs version. I think they didn't originally, but I can't even find that. But there's PJ and Artie, which I assume is Paul Johnson from the Bel Airs and someone else. Penetration by the Pyramids is the second to last song, and that's a very classic surf song. I always wanted to learn on guitar, but I guess I just never got around to it. Anyways, The Birth of Surf by Ace Records. I bought it, or various artists. I think I bought this on Amazon.